Now then, lad, how goes it?
All right, Sergeant.
Got this on properly? Control room say you keep going faint on them.
It's me voice, Sergeant.
From so-called song and the village boozer. Your pal in the next cabin's not much better. Now, next subject's due any minute.
BEA plane to Glasgow. I had him yesterday.
Oh, you're going to learn all the targets off in advance. That'll be useful if war breaks out.
I never meant...
Whatever you see on that radar tube is important. Just keep your eyes on it. And talk loud and clear. I'm going to make ruddy BBC announcers out of you lot if I have to soften up your gullets with my bare hands.
Here it comes now, Sergeant. That's funny.
What?
Where he showed up. Must be right, of course.
Perhaps you learnt it wrong.
It is.
Now, that isn't a plane. It's far too weak. 10,000 yards. No, less.
TC, calling control tower.
Wait a minute. 8,000 heading this way. Quick, get Captain Dillon.
Eh?
Control, is Captain Dillon there? 6,500. Captain Dillon, sir. It's another of them.
Yes, the other captain's getting it too. I came to check.
5,000 yards now.
Couldn't be a jet.
No, nothing so big.
Nothing to be seen with these. Can you get a fix?
Well, on that line of approach, it must have hit about 2,500 yards from here.
Other side of the hill.
What was it, sir?
Oh, probably nothing important. Maybe a jettison fuel tank.
Going at that speed?
Are you an instructor on this course? It might be anywhere within that circle, sir. I'll try to get it more exact.
Do it on the way. My responsibility.
You carry on. Just report that plane when it shows up. Nothing else. Got it?
Yes, Sergeant. It's the one I learnt yesterday, Sergeant. TC, calling control room.
Can you manage that?
Done all I can now, sir. Theoretically, it must have struck somewhere over that way.
Well, I just hope we got some luck with this one.
Yes, sir.
It's the third, isn't it?
Since we've been here, the third, sir.
You still think you've come across one of them before?
Yes, sir. Before you joined us, sir. Down south early last year. I'd swear.
Wasn't that when that big flying object scare was on?
Yeah, that's right, sir. All the newspapers full of stories. Suicide. People thinking it was the end of the world.
One of those periodic alarms, it blew over.
Things did fall.
They were all explained away.
Yes, sir.
See anything?
Just sheep.
And once they got it all tidied up, they'd want to keep it that way. I suppose that accounts for those orders.
Orders? On UFOs?
Unidentified flying objects, all observations of, reports on, or public mention of, strictly forbidden. They don't want any more bods shoving their heads in the gas oven.
Sir, there's something going on.
What?
This next field.
What?
A woman. Seems sort of excited.
Well, let's have a look.
Thank goodness you've come along.
What is it?
Tell him to let us alone. Tell him to come away. Tell him. Tell him to come away.
Show us.
Through there. Your son, tell him to come away. You're soldiers. He'll have to take heed of you. He'll have to. He'll have to. Look. It's said it come down out of the sky, sir. What is it? Is it something they didn't ought to touch? Tell him, sir.
It's a meteorite, I think. You were here when this fell?
Tell him to come away, sir.
One moment. We found it like this, broken up.
Broken. A funny smell. Like old stables.
He's had a bit of a fright. It must have been this we tracked. Feel it, it's still slightly warm.
Think it's an ordinary meteorite, sir?
I suppose so.
If it wasn't against orders for us to go any further with this, sir, what do you think might be done?
Oh, if. There's a man I know. Name's Quatermass.
Quatermass?
Heard of him?
The rocket man.
Well, Quatermass? You've checked for yourself now. Are you satisfied?
There's no spread of radioactivity outside the shielding.
Does that help us?
No.
You're just trying to find a loophole, some way in which we might be wrong. I'm afraid there isn't going to be any.
The whole nuclear motor,
Face it, it's exactly like the other one.
in the same condition. All the signs are there, now we're able to read them.
What you've just done, Bernard, was more than an examination. It was a post-mortem.
Firing days. Yes, he's here. I'll tell him. Your daughter, sir. She's got the Australian record film set up.
Thank you. You go ahead, Leo. I want to get out of this protective gear.
Sir, will there be any further tests?
No, none.
Your father will be along in a minute.
How's he taking it?
How do you expect?
Outwardly, showing nothing.
No.
The worst way. I expected that. I suppose in this kind of work, nothing much harder can hit one than a setback at an advanced stage.
We had no way of foreseeing it.
No. But now at last, there's no doubt.
Everything tallies with what's in here.
Not a great deal, is there?
All that survived the explosion. And enough to have saved us. Did you see this one? They kept the record straight to the last. Now certain, nuclear motor in runaway reaction. No response from remote control. Evacuation proceeding. It now seems possible that conditions, I suppose. In the middle of a word when it happened. Poor creatures.
Do you think they had any idea when they began?
No. Just a routine ground test. Even when the fuel connector went. Well, that might have meant danger, but with normal precautions, not complete disaster.
It was that broken connection that began it.
Apparently. We were full of wisdom after the event. Certain conditions were set up, temperatures, pressures. Couple those with unsuspected instability of new fissile material.
Unsuspected. Oh, Leo, why won't you admit it?
Well, not entirely, then. I admit there was a remote mathematical possibility. But with normal precautions.
The Australian research team, there was nothing they could do.
Once the runaway reaction set in, nothing. They were not testing a rocket motor any longer. They were stoking up an atomic bomb.
Horrible.
Have I kept you waiting?
No, of course not.
You ready, Paula? Let's see this thing and get it over.
Film's very disjointed, according to the note with it.
Yes?
From Webster in Sydney. He put it together as best he could.
This is the Quatermass Range, Northern Australia.
That's Webster's voice.
All apparatus was transported overland, not without difficulty. By the set date, all preparations were completed for the testing of the Quatermass II rocket. Here it is on the firing base. The chemical booster has been removed, exposing the nuclear motor for its first test at full power. Normal precautions were taken, and final checks carried out according to the practice routine. Automatic cameras set in position to record experiments. This time, only those furthest away were to survive. Last shots of control center shortly before test began. And now, on duplicate instruments at a remote point, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. The rocket actually firing is recorded by telephoto camera. Shortly afterwards, remote instruments recorded a fault in the fuel supply, a break which was followed very rapidly by the runaway nuclear reaction. There is, of course, no visual record of the research team's attempt to evacuate the control room. For this, refer to remote tape recordings.
Those recordings.
2 minutes, 45 seconds after the commencement of the test, the blast was seen from the far perimeter of the range. Next day, the devastated firing base was examined by squads of men in protective clothing. Nothing remained of the rocket. In the whole area of the blast, no one was found to be alive.
That's all. Well, it's over.
How much of a hold-up will this be?
Years. It would be years.
Would be?
I said it's over. The Moon Project. It was too ambitious, wasn't it? The fleet of rockets to build a colony on the moon. To carry machinery there piece by piece in hundreds of flights. To build pressure domes so that men could live in a world without air. Do all that. To be the first to do it. Ever since the days of the basketball satellites, that has been the dream. It won't be easy, will it, to face the fact that we're out of the race.
Father, there have been bad patches before.
Well, this is more than a patch. The whole project depends on this particular rocket. On its design, on its special adaptability. And we can't even carry out ground tests.
You must go on.
The choice isn't mine.
What do you mean?
The ministry have backed me for a long time. And what did they get out of it? I gave them the first two-stage nuclear experimental rocket, manned. It's before your time, Leo.
It made a successful flight. I know that.
The crew died horribly. An international agreement on radioactive fallout made the design obsolete. Total loss to the ministry. And now this. The first nuclear chemical rocket. 2 prototypes. One destroyed, the other useless. More dead men. I think the ministry are going to draw a neat double line.
Finished? Of all this?
Oh, they won't go on.
Oh, I'm sure you're wrong.
No, Paula, the signs have been there for a long time. Cuts here, cuts there, delays on vital expenditure.
You put your case?
But they're sick of me. Oh, I suppose there's the wind blowing in a different direction. New claimants for their favors, new ideals, new white-headed boys. I got to London tomorrow, of course, and tackle them.
Bernard, remember you're not alone in this.
Sympathy, Leo? Not just now, please. It might make me feel a little Tired. Perhaps a little old.
Professor Quatermass's office. Yes, speaking. Who? There now. Oh, tell him to... No, I'll come through and meet him. It's Johnny Dillon.
Your soldier?
Yes, he must have got leave. He wasn't expecting. He sent no word.
Does he have to? You get out of here for a few hours. You tell him for me to take you somewhere cheerful.
I might do that.
And don't keep him waiting.
Father, you won't start getting rid of me now. For my own good. Don't.
Darling.
You cheated me out of expecting you.
Well, I'm sorry. It's all been a bit of a rush. Is your father here?
Yes?
I'd like to see him.
You sound so... Is it something bad?
No, I don't think so. Probably nothing at all. He'd know.
What have you got there?
Just a box.
Come in.
Oh, hello. How are you?
There now, thank you, sir. And you?
You don't know Leo. Dr. Leo Pugh, Captain Dillon.
Oh. How do you do?
How do you do?
Father, he wants to talk to you about something. No, not that. You're not getting rid of me.
Come, sit down.
Thank you, sir. I've really no right to impose this on you at all, sir, but...
No, go on.
Straight in, then. I'm right, aren't I, in thinking that you people make a special study of meteorites?
There's some of the hazards a rocket has to meet in space.
Grit, dust, stones, boulders, flying at 30 miles a second. That sort of thing needs a bit of studying.
He's the expert.
That's done it. From this moment, I am revealed as a mass of ignorance. Well, what did you want to know?
About a year ago, there was a general scare. Do you remember? Reports of things falling.
A lot of that must be in imagination.
How can you tell?
From our records, to account for all those, there must have been a pretty display of fireballs about that time.
True, there was nothing unusual. People like these sort of stories, you know. Get one, you get a lot.
Dr. Pugh, how many meteorites reach the ground in one piece?
It doesn't happen. Oh, perhaps one in a billion. In a billion, mind.
And the odds against 3 of them striking an area 20 miles across in a single week?
Perhaps you'd better explain.
I'm liable to court-martial for this. It's against orders. But I had to find out.
We'll respect your confidence, of course. The meteoric fragments, where do you find these?
Near where I'm stationed, my unit tracked the fall.
Tracked it?
You've got a signal from bits as small as this.
I'm sorry, I don't think I made myself clear. This thing didn't break up until it hit the ground.
What? I told you it doesn't happen.
It did. Assemble those pieces and you get a single smooth shape. Have you got one, darling? I'm right out. Thanks. I'm practically giving myself the jitters. Stupid, isn't it?
Not stupid.
Even if this did come down in one piece, I don't see how you tracked it. The speed would be too great.
It was slower than a jet plane.
And there were others. From what you
2
said...
on other days, but we couldn't find where they'd fallen. Tell me, is that normal meteoric stone?
Looks like one of the many varieties. Hence the type, I think.
Interesting shape.
Who else saw this?
A sergeant instructor, the man who found it, a plowman, and his wife, that's all.
Really? Somebody outside this art army order. How long will it take us to drive there?
Going fast, a couple of hours.
Can you spare the time?
I'm sorry, darling. We'll have to celebrate another time.
Of course.
I'd like to into this further.
John, be careful.
Why did you say that?
Don't know.
Captain Dillon. Are you sure you've got all the fragments?
Yes, I am.
Why, Leo?
In that case, it's hollow.
I bet you never breathed it like I said. Afraid it'd do you some good. That's a card, is it? Now, you just keep your feet in that mustard bath till I see if it's the parson. Nay, it's strangers. Lost their way, perhaps.
Good evening. We met yesterday, if you remember.
Why, of course. Come in, won't you?
Thank you.
I'm sorry. We're a bit upset. Fred's got a sort of a kind of chill.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
We thought you must be Parson coming round. See who's here, Fred. Don't you remember? It's the fella that...
Captain Dillon.
Funny seeing you without the uniform.
And this is Professor Quatermass. Mrs. Large, Mr. Large.
How do you do?
Oh, Professor?
Perhaps I'd better explain. I'm a scientist. Mr. Large, I wonder if you'll tell me about the object you found yesterday.
Go on, Fred. He's not himself. It's the chill. He'll have thrown it off by tomorrow, but just now he's... Can I get you a cup of tea?
No, thank you. Mr. Large, this object, this stone, were you there when it fell?
Of course he was. Tell me, Fred.
You saw it fall? Mr. Large, this isn't just curiosity. It may be important. Was it in fragments? Broken up?
Fred.
Perhaps we can agree on what you told Captain Dillon yesterday, that there was an odd smell from it.
He said it was like old stables.
Well, when did you notice this? When you first examined the pieces?
No, sir, it wasn't like that.
Stop! Mr. Large, for heaven's sake, there's no need for that. Have you seen a doctor?
No.
I think it'd be wiser.
No. Send them. Send them away. Nothing to do with it. Nothing.
Perhaps we'd better go.
Yes, go. Go.
Dear, oh dear.
Go away from here. Go from this house.
She'd only be the one to suffer later.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that's all right. We had no right to impose.
It's not like him. I wish you could know that...
What?
It's only just this chill. He must have caught it in the field yesterday, sitting there sweaty like.
Go away from here.
That's all it is. Isn't it, Fred? Just a chill. You'll be as right as rain in the morning.
I'm sorry that was so unproductive.
It wasn't. Could anything have happened in that field before either she or you got there?
I can't imagine. Why on earth shouldn't he talk about it?
I don't know.
Of course, they're country folk. There's always been a lot of superstition about meteors and anything of that kind.
Yes. Was that a pub we passed on the road a short way back?
Feel like a drink?
I feel like talking to people.
Fred Large? Well, I didn't know that. Did you, Robert? Fred? No, I never heard nothing. What's supposed to be the matter with him?
Nothing serious, just a chill.
Thank you. You a relation of him?
No, it was just a friendly call. We were passing through. We thought we'd look him up.
Good health, sir. A new Fred in the army, maybe.
Well, something like that. Not an easy man to know. A bit touchy. Liable to fly off the handle.
Fred? Oh, I wouldn't say that, would you, Robert? No, them lodges is a steady lot. Fred more than any. What did you say to him?
Just asked how he was, if he'd seen a doctor.
That might have done it. He don't hold with doctors any more than I do. Government men.
Who?
Doctors, they all work for the government, don't they?
So Robert's again there, too?
Well, when there was less government about, things was better, I know that.
Apparently, this man came across something rather odd in a field today.
Odd?
Stones, apparently just fallen.
Out of the sky, do you mean?
Have you seen anything like that round here? Fireballs, meteorites?
Oh, a long while back. Stories. Hey, you think this might have had something to do with Fred being sick?
You think it possible?
All right, sir, all right. Evening, Will. Usual.
Things falling on the earth.
What do you know about it?
It's with the government.
No, I don't think so, not this time.
You think I'm just a silly old man, don't you?
Now, Robert,
Well,
now.
I'm not. They spoil and destroy.
Who?
The government men. You tell him about Winnet and Flash.
No. You tell me.
Village. Was a village. 12, 15 mile out on the sea. I remember going there fishing sometimes when I was a boy. I courted a girl from Winnerden Flats. Married her.
The village.
Hmm?
The village.
Oh, well, there was a government place there for research.
Research into what?
I don't know. Little place. A few sheds, but they seemed to content them. I did till last year. And then...
Go on.
They run mad, tore the whole village down.
Tore it down?
With them bulldozers. And they built a big place with great iron round things on top.
Do you know anything about this?
No, it's secret. No one let near. Guards with guns to keep them away.
Guns?
Oh, I know a fellow went by there. They nearly set on him. If you want odd things to happen, well, just ask the government.
Is this true?
It's what they call a security area. I expect there's some good reason for it.
Yes, I expect so. Well, we'll be off. Goodbye.
Good night. You really think there could be any connection?
We'll just have a closer look. From a distance, if you like. I don't want to get you into trouble.
As long as I'm in civvies, they'll forgive my ignorance. Surely it's just a refinery.
I hope so.
What else could it be?
I think I'm going mad. Let's try and get closer.
Well, won't you tell me?
Just a coincidence
Coincidence of what?
of shapes.
You're getting pretty close.
You don't see any guards yet. Listen. It's over there. If we can get to it.
Is that it?
There's something there. It's about 6 inches down.
Here, perhaps you better let me.
No, I can do it.
There's some sort of alarm over there at that place.
Here. Oh.
It's just like the other one. I was right.
You take it. I want to get some measurements quickly. Well, there's some men coming out the gates. I hope they realize this is for their own benefit.
Look, it's starting to break up.
Can you smell it?
Yes.
Ammonia. Dylan, there's something on your face.
On test in northern Australia, a prototype of the nuclear motor designed to power the Quatermass II rocket has gone into a runaway reaction, ending in a disastrous explosion. In the Rocket Research Station in England, its twin reveals the same latent faults. And Professor Bernard Quatermass and his staff, now including Dr. Leo Pugh and his own daughter Paula, realize that the extensive project to colonize the moon may have to be abandoned. Then comes an interruption. Captain John Dillon has tracked falling meteorites by radar and against orders has managed to recover one. Reassembled, the object proves to have been hollow. Visiting the scene of the incident, Quatermass and Dillon come upon a closed area and a vast government-owned plant that is said to be heavily guarded. Its appearance disturbs them. Then, as they venture closer to the place, another meteorite falls. They're able to locate it, still in one piece.
Can you smell it?
Yes.
Ammonia. Dillon, there's something on your face. Dillon. It's gone. There was something, I swear. Are you all right?
All right. Don't know. Don't know.
Whatever else came out of that thing, if anything did, there was certainly ammonia gas. You've got a lungful of it. Take some deep breaths. Try. Similar to the first one. Followed in the same way. Thistledown. What I saw, what I thought I saw, was transparent. Just for a moment, it shone, and then... Is your face still sore? Let me see. Look up. Look to the light. Yes, there is something there. A kind of... just on the hairline. A discolored indentation.
Don't touch! Get back.
Tell.
All right, Dillon. If you won't start talking, I will. Take a look at this. Be careful, it needs expert examination. It's some sort of meteorite. We saw it fall and came to examine it.
Who are you?
At this stage, I don't think that matters.
You are in a restricted area. You had no business to come here.
Let me talk to somebody in authority at that place. I'll explain when we get there.
Explain?
It was intact when it fell. That's almost unknown if it was a meteorite. It broke up as we looked at it. This man was affected. Something came from it. Gas, at any rate. Is this a military establishment?
Get those pieces.
Not just yet. Don't you realize the importance of observations?
Take him.
Wait a minute. What is all?
He will be given treatment.
At that place?
He must come.
Are you arresting him?
He must.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Dillon. I'll explain when we get there.
You will go.
What?
Now, while you can.
But I have no wish to. I'm going to tell whoever I have to tell that I'm responsible.
Do not try. Go.
Dillon, I'm sorry I got you into this mess. I'll find some way, I promise.
Oh, don't follow. Don't try to follow.
Dillon!
Go now. Go.
Who are you?
I got no business here. Same as you. Have they gone?
Yes.
Lucky they didn't pinch you, too.
You're watching?
Through there.
Did you see that thing fall?
What thing?
That stone.
Stone? No. I was asleep until all the whistles and shouting. I come here last night after dark. Woke up and seen all them fellas around with guns all over the place. So I lay low all day. Soon be dark again.
Why are you here?
Got a gasper. I reckon to pass by this way once a year. There used to be a village here.
Yes.
Winnerton Flats. Oh. I heard tales of this coming along the road, but I didn't believe it. They must have smashed the whole place flat with them bulldozers. Why? There was nice people about here. Open-ended.
When you were here a year ago, the place was normal.
Thriving. Woman gave me a brace of chickens. Give 'em to me.
But there was a government research unit.
Only a few little huts. I didn't mind them. They didn't bother me very much. Bit different from that. Ain't finished yet. All day long. Banging and riveting. And the men they got working in there. Thousands of them. Like an army. I've seen them come. I've seen them go. In big lorries.
Where, do you know?
Look.
On the horizon?
Old town. New build. I come through there. No good. Like all these prefab estates, they got no time for trampers. Dig the garden, and I'll give you your dinner. Yeah. I'm going on, I said. Somewhere I can get proper treatment. Winnerton Flats. What have you got there? A flint? Plenty of them about. Too many.
It's not a flint.
Of course it is.
It's worn and weathered by long exposure, but...
What else could it be? Oh, they're all over the place. You're a funny fellow with stones, aren't you? What do? Collect them or something? You'll bust your pockets. You better get going.
How far to that prefab town?
Turn north by the sea, and then about 5 miles.
Thanks. Here. Don't hang around.
Gone down to the boozer for a quick one, I suppose. Yes, yeah, keep an eye out for him. And chase the mother up here, will you? Tell them she's been wandering again. Yes. Yeah, thanks, Bob. I was right, you see. Why these people can't look after their kiddies, I don't know.
Oh? What can I do for you?
Are there any police in this town?
Police?
Am I to take it there are none?
Well, we're the police in a manner of speaking, the camp committee.
And what happens when you run up against something you can't handle?
Doesn't often happen.
In a community like this with construction teams and labor gangs?
Look, mister, if we need police assistance, we get it from outside. Now, what's your business?
I'm worried about a friend of mine. We were near that plant where your men are working. He was taken ill, the guards came out and took him away, and I wasn't allowed to go with him.
It's a prohibited area. You must have known that.
This is a free country in time of peace. I have certain rights, and I intend to use them.
All right. You've used them. Happy?
And what are you supposed to represent? A publicly appointed committee?
We represent the workers on that project. We're doing all right. A lot more than all right. We're asked to cooperate by keeping our mouths shut. Just like in the war. We try to do our best.
You succeed.
Mister, we don't like people who make it difficult.
Very well, I admit I committed the sin of treading where some bureaucrat didn't wish me to tread. But does that put me beyond your aid?
Look, mister, your friend will have been taken to the infirmary. They've got all kinds of equipment there. He wouldn't have come to any harm.
Let's check that, shall we?
Shall I ring?
You'll telephone the police. I'll make a full statement and tell them exactly what happened right from the beginning. What are you grinning at? You say you're calling the police help sometimes?
Yes. They're police. Those guards. It's a security arrangement. Shall I ring? Now, look, don't worry about your friend. He'll be all right. They'll take him to another hospital if it's necessary.
Let me ring the county constabulary.
No. Honestly, they wouldn't deal.
Wouldn't deal? What is this place?
Oh, really, mister? Can't you read?
Excuse me. Oh, there she is. Poor little love. Oh, Mr. Dawson, I'm ever so sorry about this, about all the trouble you've had. I'm ever so sorry. I've told her 100 times, but it makes no difference. Where was she?
Heading up there again. Bob Rigby found her.
Oh, dear, you naughty girl.
There'll be trouble if she's found there after dark.
I know.
No one's allowed there. That's the order.
Yes, Mr. Dawson. I don't like to blame her. Since she was sick that time, well, she's not been quite the same.
Sick?
Are you still here?
Who's he?
Tell me about this sickness.
You a doctor?
When did it happen?
I don't know. A few months ago, just after we moved here. She was out playing somewhere and was taken queer, weren't you, love? She seemed to get over it all right, but since then, she wanders.
Where to?
That's the funny thing. Only up there to the place, isn't it, Mr. Dawson?
Did you ever see anything like this? Did you find something once, when you were playing perhaps, that broke into pieces like this? And then you were sick? And then there was this mark?
I've seen it a long time ago. It's never given any trouble, turned septic or anything. Are you trying to make out I'm neglecting her?
Was anybody else sick? Anybody in the family about this time?
Nobody was. What are you trying to make out? Mr. Dawson, is he some sort of inspector?
No. I'm putting a stop to this. A little while ago, mister, I asked you to leave. Now I'm not asking.
Don't be a fool, man.
Who are you calling a fool?
I think there's something wrong. Danger. Please, tell me, what is it?
Tell you what?
Oh, I don't know all the full facts. I can't go into them. I shan't ask you for any. But what is this place? What's being made there?
You must be mad.
Oh, for heaven's sake, forget these posters for just 5 seconds.
Get on your way. You want to meet those guards again? I'll give you a count of 3. They got rid of him.
Well, you were right, Mr. Dawson. He must have been mad. The things he was saying. Why, this isn't nothing. Look, Mr. Dawson, is it now?
Dr. Pugh,
Yeah?
ready for the test.
Oh, good. Not a bad section.
It's difficult to find a decent one from among these fragments.
That's a trace of metallic mineral, isn't it? There.
Yes. Now, let's see.
Now, if that etches into the standard pattern, then in spite of all the ifs and buts, this must be a normal meteorite.
Yes.
Leo, am I interrupting something?
Oh, not at all. Is your father back?
Not yet. What are you looking for?
An etched pattern. What's called a Widmanstatter shape. The test for a genuine meteorite.
No, nothing.
It isn't one?
No.
It may not be.
What about the fact of its being hollow?
A small cavity is not unheard of.
But according to the ploughman, there was a smell of gas.
No less than 7 different gases can occur in stony meteorites. We have nothing positive to go on yet.
Father, did you find out anything?
Son.
Where's Johnny?
He's not with me. I'm afraid he's in some sort of trouble.
Trouble?
Yes, he's not well. Oh, don't worry. He's being looked after.
Where is he?
In a strange place. A very strange place.
For heaven's sake, tell us what's happened.
Well, we went to the ploughman as we intended. He wasn't very cooperative.
No, there was nothing more you could have done. I see that.
I didn't leave it to that course. I went to the county police and tried to explain. They were polite, but said they had no jurisdiction.
How do you connect these meteorites with this mysterious production plant? Do you think they came from it?
From it? No, I'm certain of that.
What do you think is wrong with Johnny?
Oh, I told you, he was affected with this gas.
Paula, how about phoning the place where he's stationed?
It's at a temporary training post.
Or the base camp, then they may know something.
Yes, I'll do that.
Yeah. There was more to it than I wanted Paula to hear.
I thought so.
It wasn't only the gas that affected Dillon. There was something else.
You saw it?
Just for a minute. Clinging to his face. What? No, I may be wrong. But just for a moment, it was like a soap bubble that burst. It wasn't unlike a bubble. Oh, perhaps I'm imagining it. Ever since that time, so long ago, perhaps I'm too ready to expect.
Take a look at this. I've had a plaster cast made of the first meteorite. Now, assuming that the shape suffered from ablation in the higher levels of the atmosphere, with a little reconstruction, the original might well have been something like this.
You've been busy.
It's more than a guess. Thompson and I worked it out from the mineral stresses.
Something like this, traveling at the correct angle, not too fast.
It would skim through the Earth's atmosphere before breaking itself up, gradually losing speed through the braking ellipses, and even land in one piece.
Well, the same principle as rocket descent.
And that, of course, implies a great deal.
Rocket descent. The result of knowledge. Mathematics. Precise planning. Intelligence.
Now, we know the weight, the approximate speed of descent, mass.
I got some further data from the second fall.
Excellent. Now, there are several main theories that we'll have to tackle. How do you feel? Up to making a start? If we can find some sort of a source. Any news?
They say he couldn't have returned to the training unit. It's been transferred.
The radar post. Moved from that position.
Could that be significant?
Probably not. I'm going up to London tomorrow. Probably get all the answers then. Now, Paula, you must leave us. Leo and I have work to do. Oh, don't worry about that. That's just some idle speculation of Leo's.
Yes, that's all.
No. No.
Come in, sir. Do sit down. You've come at a most awkward time. I'm just tying up a very difficult case. I believe you asked to see Inspector Lomax.
I know him.
I'm afraid he's no longer with us.
Inspector, I hope I'm not going to embarrass you with this query.
Won't be easy, sir. Try.
Last night, I happened to trespass upon a prohibited area.
Really? What was it? An army range? Excuse me. Inspector Clifford? Uh-huh. Yes, I know, the embezzlement case. You've got him there. I suppose there's no doubt that he was a witness. Right you are, Sergeant. Well, keep him there for a moment, will you? Now, sir, about this prohibited area.
I admit a technical offense.
We shall assume that you did not go there as an enemy agent, Professor Quatermass.
When we were near the plant, my friend was taken ill. The guards came out and arrested him.
Just a moment, the plant. Now, where exactly was it?
At a place called Winnerton Flats.
I'm afraid I can't help you.
I'm afraid you don't understand, Inspector. There are matters here which need investigation.
I can do absolutely nothing. It's under a special authority.
What authority? What's its purpose?
Well, now you do embarrass me, sir.
But this man was ill. He was affected by... I've got to know his condition. Great heavens, I didn't expect to find bureaucratic idiocy here.
I know my duty, sir. If you must have special favours, why can't you go to your own contacts at the ministry?
Ministry?
I must ask you to leave. Now, I've many things to do.
The same ministry that handles my research.
Good morning, sir. Tell Sergeant Best to bring that man up right away. The embezzlement witness. And quickly, we've a great deal to get through. Pompous, self-important people coming here.
Well, there you are. Got all the evidence I can produce, all the facts as I know them. Now, Father, it's up to you. I mean, haven't you any reaction?
I want you to get in touch with Mr. Vincent Broadhead. He should be in the lower conference room. 441, isn't it? Find out if they're having a recess and ask him to come up here as soon as he can. Well, was that a sufficiently dramatic response?
I hope you're not taking this lightly.
Oh, on the contrary, I'm going rather beyond the limits. Quatermass, we've had dealings for a number of years. You as a driving force of an enterprise of the future. I as one of the obstructive civil servants you had to contend with.
My dear Father.
How's it going, by the way?
I deliberately haven't referred to that.
I wish you would. How's it?
Badly, since that last trouble on Tess.
You'll be coming to us for extra funds.
And you refuse them?
We've been cutting you down, I don't deny. Not of our choice, of course. The decision lies elsewhere.
It always does.
Well, it's policy to support a number of projects. That makes them, in a sense, your rivals.
What are you getting at?
Well, it could be said that to come with such a curious account about a rival project.
Are you serious?
For your own sake, I must put it to you.
But I didn't know it was yours until half an hour ago.
Thank you, I accept that.
Now, what is it?
Strictly between these walls?
Of course.
The place at Winnerton Flats should be harmless enough. It's to make synthetic food.
Synthetic food? Guards and guns?
Oh, I've no personal knowledge. No. It's the responsibility of an entirely different section of the ministry, a new special section.
You don't like it either?
Like it? Huh. Oh, I expect I'm hidebound. Nothing you can pin down. A face in the corridor. Yes. Petty mysteries. An overheard phrase. Altered routines. Changes. Hello, yes. The recess? And Mr. Broadhead? Thank you. On his way up.
Who is he?
You don't read your newspapers?
Not intensively.
He's usually in them a rugged individualist or a damn troublemaker, according to which...
An MP?
Quite a new boy. I knew him years ago. He's a talker. Just now he's engaged in a sort of one-man inquiry that he's managed to force.
Inquiry?
He's ahead of you. He's into Winnerton Flats.
Mr. Fowler's expecting me. Broadhead.
Oh, yes, sir.
Somebody with him? Oh, what's this about, Fowler? Something worthwhile. Hope you realise how little time I've got.
Well, here's someone I think you ought to meet. Don't take any more calls for the next few minutes, please.
Yes, sir.
And all this happened last night?
All that I was personally concerned with, yes.
I don't know what to make of it. I thought I was dealing with oddness enough.
At the inquiry?
No, I resume in 5 minutes.
What sort of oddness?
Quatermass, you better confine yourself to giving information.
No, it's too much. All this stuff you're telling me, it's our speculation.
It's true.
Aye?
I've expert knowledge.
You specialise in rockets and things, and the specialist tends to see things in his own light.
That's a stupid generalisation.
But there was this business with the armed guards. A sick man arrested. I'll try to use that.
Who are on this inquiry?
Please. Oh, let him ask it. I've been sickened with damn secrecy this morning. Members of the commission and me. It's to be a one-man confidential report. Silly, isn't it? More secrecy. But the fight I had to get even that. And in the end, through a technical loophole.
How's the inquiry going? You finding out what you wanted?
They're beating me, I admit it. Evasion. Never once an answer that means anything. And this is a joke. I'm trying to help them. Do you know what Winterden Flats is?
Rumour has it synthetic food.
Revolutionary process. Years of vain experiment. Suddenly, bingo, they got it.
When?
About a year ago. Well, headlong rush then to get a factory built. Tremendous mad costs.
What was the hurry?
Oh, to get in first, beat the rest of the world to it. Now they're ready to go ahead.
They're starting production?
Any day now, apparently.
I see.
There's no signs of any distribution setup. No sales organisation, nothing. They're still trapped in a damn secrecy, and I can't make them see it. And now, this.
Production plant.
No, an aerial photograph of it. Here's another. The same?
Seems to be.
That one was taken on an inspection flight over central Siberia.
What?
And this?
Yes, where was this?
Brazil. Not much doubt about it, is there? Other people are in on this revolutionary process. They've got competitors before they started.
No, that's not it. How long since those were taken?
They're all very recent.
Broadhead, get me into that inquiry. As a witness, that'll be reason enough. I've got to get in there.
All right, come on. Here you are, sit down. All here? This is Professor Bernard Quatermass. I've asked him to attend. He has certain information I wish to bring forward. But first, have you considered what I put to you before the recess? A leakage of information, in spite of all precautions, in spite of what seem excessive precautions. Will you look at these aerial photographs again? You, sir, Mr. Stenning, as chief biochemist to the commission, can you give me an expert opinion? Pick 'em up and look at 'em.
There. The mark.
His own moon project at a standstill following the explosion on test of a prototype rocket motor, Professor Bernard Quatermass finds his hands full of a new investigation. What appears to be a hollow meteorite is brought to him. A visit to the area of its fall leads him to a vast secret government production plant. And another incident. A meteorite falls. It shatters, discharging ammonia gas and perhaps something else. His companion, Captain Dillon, is overcome, a curious mark appearing on his face. But while Quatermass examines it, armed security guards arrive. They take Dillon into the plant, apparently for treatment. Quatermass is ordered away. He goes through the bulldozed debris of the village that occupied the site a year before and comes upon weathered remains of the supposed meteorites by the hundred. Rebuffed by both civilian and police authorities, he finds out from Fowler, a contact at the responsible ministry, that the mysterious plant is to produce synthetic food. But with evidence that the secret process is already being duplicated in central Siberia and in Brazil, a one-man inquiry has been forced by Vincent Broadhead, a member of Parliament, into the affairs of the Controlling Commission. When this resumes, he admits Quatermass as a witness. Looking along the faces of those at the table, Quatermass sees once again the mark.
Can I speak to you for a moment?
Excuse me, gentlemen.
Oh, that man. Since this morning, we've already got that mark. I've seen it before on a child who stumbled across one of these meteorites. She was made ill. And the mark was on her hand. And yesterday, Dillon, it began to appear when the guards took him away. I've seen other cases. But this man in the room now? He, at least. I swear it.
Professor Quatermass was concerned about the propriety of his presence here while I was putting questions on other matters. And now, as members of the Controlling Commission, do you know of any external dangers to the plant?
There are no dangers. There can be none.
Perhaps even of missiles directed at it?
No, Broadhead, that's not what I meant. Didn't you understand?
Let's get that stuff out. Here. What Professor Quatermass is about to produce is something that fell 2 days ago within a short distance of the plant.
There's a possibility that these may be directed through the atmosphere to a specific point.
In this case, to or at your plant.
They may possibly constitute some form of carrier.
Carrier? Of what?
Of poison gases. And also possibly
infection. And what I know of synthetic foods is that you're dealing with delicate organic gel and cultures. Now, these can be infected.
No.
Naturally or artificially, and destroyed. Now, what I'm trying to establish is the possibility, no more than that, of a threat to your process.
No.
It may be nothing, but it may be serious. Now, first, we've got to free more facts from this monstrous web of secrecy.
There has been no infection.
In the plant? You've discovered nothing?
Nothing like that.
I must ask you to take this matter seriously. I must ask for your cooperation. A picture is beginning to form, however sketchily, of a unique process which is no longer unique. And to extend these indications to their farthest limits may even be in danger of destruction. Now, if this should prove to be the... What's going on?
Yes. It's a model. An accurate reconstruction in plaster of one of the meteorites as it fell. You, sir, when did you come across a thing like that? When did they come?
If I could tell you. This must not continue. These questions must not be asked.
I agree. I think you'd better leave now, Professor. Please. Now, gentlemen, I'd like to take up one or 2 points on the process itself.
You certainly stuck your neck out. You might have pulled it up and held inquiry on him. And you must admit the response you got was fairly indefinite.
Very well. On a level of simple fact.
For you, a scientist, isn't that the only level?
No. How long have I been up here?
20 minutes.
Could you ring the inquiry?
Well,
Try.
Give me room 441, please. Mr. Broadhead. The reason?
The last few minutes I was there. Seconds, really.
What?
I was afraid, Father.
Afraid? Why on earth?
Why on earth? Perhaps I'm discovering new depths in myself. Or streaks. At any rate, I was suddenly, sharply aware of menace.
Here? In the ministry?
Hello. What? No reply? No, it's all right.
What's wrong with him?
It's dispersed now, but...
Ammonia gas.
Broadhead, what happened? Look!
You're sure?
But how? I don't know. It was here with them. It must have been.
He's conscious. Broadhead.
Broadhead.
What happened at the inquiry?
Inquiry's over.
I wonder what he found out.
Nothing to find out. Nothing.
I'll get a doctor.
You're making a report. You'll remember?
Hello, hello.
Everything's in order. Everything's explained.
Hello there.
All right, Fowler. Sir, here. When were you sent for?
A few minutes ago.
We happened to be passing. We came in.
What about you? I want to leave. I want your help. Help. I want to get to the plant. Inside it. I'll try. Give me an hour. Where can we meet? I know a place. One of the old coffee bars. Nobody goes there now. This way.
Here you are, sir.
Thank you.
Nice to meet a gentleman who still appreciates a good cup of coffee. Sugar, sir?
Thank you.
These new tea bars now. They've swiped all the trade. Fashion, that's all it is, really. Just fashion.
Fowler.
This is Rupert Ward, Professor Quatermass.
How do you do, sir?
Sit down. 2 more coffees, please.
Righto, sir.
Any trouble since I saw you last?
No.
Ward's in public relations. He's been to the plant.
What?
Several times.
It's top secret. How much do I say?
I'll answer for Quatermass.
I gather from Mr. Fowler that you've some rather odd notions about the place.
Well, I had no time to go into details.
Does that mean anything to you?
No. Why? Should it? Made of plaster.
Yes, it's a cast. No matter.
Ward is attached to the special section, only for temporary duties.
These visits, how many did you make?
Half a dozen.
Alone?
No, I took parties down.
It seems to have been quite a regular procedure.
Yes, they were mostly politicos. 1 or 2 outside people, of course, press and so on. Some of them quite well known. Names?
No matter. They were shown the plant?
Yes, but not by me. I'm no scientist. I can't tell one of these places from another. I just handed my charges over.
You left them there?
Well, that was the arrangement. I presume they came back with someone else.
Your coffee, sir.
Look here. You don't think anything happened to those people, do you? Good Lord, they all turned up again. Well, there's no doubt about it. One reads and hears of them.
What were they shown?
Well, there was nothing very much in operation at the time, except a sort of a pilot plant. I didn't go into it myself.
Perhaps you were lucky.
What?
Didn't it strike you as odd, with such a secret establishment?
PR routines can be rather odd. I don't make the decisions.
No. You're just a pleasant, sensible chap. No nonsense. No suspicion would attach to you.
Look here. What on earth's he talking about? As if I was, well, guilty of something. And look here, there are other chaps. Why don't you ask them?
Have you still got your pass?
Yes.
You're going to use it today.
What?
You're going to take another party over the plant. Me and Fowler. He'll back you up if necessary.
But this is absolutely
Better
against all.
explain, some of it.
Finish your copy. What I showed you was a model of something that has been falling near the plant. I'm having them investigated by my own people.
Darrow, lass.
Another blind, Daddy?
Yes.
We're in a kind of mathematical lunacy. Question, did those things come like normal meteorites? Did they come like rockets in a braking ellipse? Did they do this? Did they do that? We have dozens of theories, and every one leads to impossibility.
I realize we've got to accept that wherever these things came from was beyond the atmosphere.
But not so very, very far away.
No, I see that too.
And for a year. Then why hasn't their point of origin, whatever it is, been located by every major observatory and spotted by every amateur with a 10-inch telescope?
Yes. It would be bound by physical laws to travel in set ellipses, a semi-major axis.
In a certain set rhythm. So we calculate, and there's no sensible answer.
Oh, Leo. 5-minute break. How much sleep have you had? Send some more coffee, I'll put you. Observatory 3.
Too many machines. That's what we've got. They spoil one from grasping a clear concept. I joined your father as a mathematical genius. That's not boasting. I was once. A calculating boy. With these machines, they beat me. I pressed buttons.
Why did you join him?
Looking for some kind of beauty, I suppose. The mathematical kind. The idea of making roads in space for rockets to travel. 4-dimensional roads, curved with relativity. Metalled with best quality continuum. These roads are two-way.
The brake's still on, Leo. Tell me about the calculating boy.
The village school in Marian Glass. The teacher, old Miss Williams, used to set me enormous sums to do. She loved to astonish herself, because I always got them right. You'll go far, Leo Bach, she said. You have the power to benefit mankind. And now I press buttons. What sort of a child were you?
I was frightened of the dark.
That's nice and normal.
It was very scientific. I had a special nightmare. But I was in a rocket Father had made, going away and getting lost on the wrong side of the world. In the dark, forever and ever. I used to wake up screaming. Leo.
That might be it.
What?
The what do you call it? The Bieber variation. A sort of fault in the laws. A line drawn from the sun to the earth, extend it, you reach a point of equilibrium where a body can orbit invisibly on the dark side of the earth. Hello? Hello, Stuart? Hugh here. I want the radio telescope in a completely new setting. Come over here, will you? Bring Watson. Oh, take it away, I don't want it. The Bieber variation. It took the most advanced brain on earth to comprehend it. But to go further, to put it to practical use. What manner of being could do that?
Give your father a hand. Frankie, hear what I said? Look at him, left to carry all them bottles down. Can you manage, dear? Yes. That's somebody blowing a whistle. Oh, did that new work? Yes. Oh, well, perhaps it's their tea break or something.
Yes, dear.
Fancy, just the same time as us. Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Now, where's this clock?
Ah.
Frankie! You tried to go into the water. Remember your promise. It was silly of Uncle Tom to give him them rubber things, knowing full well he can't swim. Frankie! Come on, you got the tea now. It's all ready. Oh, I do like a picnic. I always say there's nothing like the open air. There you are. Oh, aren't you going to take that thing off your head? Oh, no. Can't get over what's happened to the village, though. All them houses down. I thought we'd come the wrong way. Didn't I say so in the car?
Yes, dear, you did.
Fancy pulling them all down like that, and all so pretty and old, just like a picture.
This will meet, dear?
Yes, that's right. Oh, remember that tea shop the old lady run?
Oh, fish tea, yes.
That's right. The one time we didn't have a picnic, we went there. Miss Collins, wasn't she?
Yes, Miss Collins, yes.
That's right. She was so nice and polite. And all those pretty everlasting flowers over the... Whatever's that?
You blow that whistle at us?
He's got a gun. Frankie.
You must not be here.
What?
It is forbidden.
I told you there'd be trouble. Them notices.
Oh, sit down, dear, and have your tea. Now, look here, mate, we come here every summer, and I don't see anyone's got a right to try and...
Go. Go now. All of you.
Yeah, don't you point that thing at my wife and my kid. We come here peaceable, like, for a picnic. We're not doing no harm to anybody or anything.
Mind, Father, perhaps you'd better go.
No. Now, look here, mate. You stop shoving us around or I'll write to the papers. Having us around when we're behaving quiet and decent like, not doing no harm, not leaving any litter about the place.
No, never.
I don't know what this place is, and I don't care, see? We're minding our own business. There's no possible harm in that, is there?
See anything now?
That's the little car.
Looks like two of the guards. Somebody's in trouble.
Shall we go back?
No.
But surely, Quatermass, if you consider that...
They may help us. There's the gate ahead. Are you ready? Ward, have you got your pass?
Yes.
Say as little as possible.
Official. Anybody here now?
No
receiving
one.
treatment?
No one.
Perhaps from yesterday?
No.
We understood there was a man here. A young man. He had to be brought in by the guards. Name of Dillon.
He has gone now.
Gone?
He was recovered. He was not seriously ill. He was not ill.
Where did he go?
Away.
You don't mind if I look round the premises?
It's quiet. Is construction work suspended today?
Suspended.
The gangs are laid off for some reason?
Let's go. Thank you.
Do you feel it?
What?
Ever since we entered this place, there's a sort of lull.
This is where the chief component of the food gets made. Sounds as if it's in full operation. Come on. This is official. Are you in charge here?
Yes.
We have to see the process in operation, if you don't mind. Is that an inspection door?
Must be enormous voltage acting on the liquids inside. What is it? Might be the preparation of amino acids, basic proteins. The product's pumped out of here, isn't it, along these pipes? Where does it go? To those external storage tanks? The big domes out there? Yes. They're built to take great pressure. What else is pumped into them? Gases? Yes. What sort of gases? Would one of them be ammonia? Yes. And the others? Hydrogen? Nitrogen? Methane, perhaps? Great pressures, low temperatures. You see, I'm curious. I've seen structures like this somewhere else. They remind me of experimental plans that I've seen somewhere. Have means to inhabit another planet. Tell me if you can. Production has begun. How long ago?
It is on schedule.
And now? And now?
Machine gun fire. They must have found out.
I've got to see those pressure domes.
Don't be a fool. There's no time now. Ward. Where's Ward? He's gone. Ward! Where are you? Ward!
No sign of him here either. That gunfire, do you think it's possible? No, it's too far away. It's outside the plant.
I hope you're right. I saw him move away from us to look at another part of the unit, I thought.
He must have gone out by himself. Why?
I can't guess.
Oh, we can't delay any longer. I must have a look at that main storage tank before... Fowler, look at it. There, on the ladder.
Ward! Ammonia! What's that black fly?
Don't touch it! He's soaked in it. Oxygen said he must have got it inside. Keep a lookout. Ward, it's Quatermass. Did you get inside the dome? Ward!
I had to know. There's an airlock. And then...
What was in there?
Slime. The tank's full of it. I slipped.
Was there anything else in there?
In the airlock. Hello there. Quatermass! They're coming. Men with guns. Get to the car quickly.
Ward! Come on, out!
That accounts for the gunfire. Anyone following us?
No, what do we do? Go to the police?
Get back to the Rocky group. Fowler, somewhere in the back there's a box, metal. See if you can find it. Open it and hold it there. Something I want to get under analysis straight away.
What is it?
Don't touch. Ward's collar and tie.
Professor Quatermass? Lab here, sir. They yielded just under 5 cc's of the substance. Yes, plenty for testing. There were some neutral constituents, but I'd say there's absolutely no doubt. Not in that concentration.
I see. Right. Details as soon as you can. Thank you. A corrosive poison. Deadly to any living thing on Earth.
And it could never have made synthetic food.
Food? I think it could. But for what?
Father.
You heard?
Yes. Anything?
No. I'm trying to bring up the gain. Not too much, I might put the balance out. Up there. No. Got him. Oh. I'm getting spots before my eyes. Big overfall.
There's no sign at all of Johnny.
I'm sorry.
It's bad, isn't it?
Yes.
Could it be the same as before? The first rocket?
No. That's not it. I'm certain.
Any clear idea what you're trying to trace?
An asteroid. Not more than half a mile across. Reaches nearest point to the Earth every 48 hours. Then they can come.
They? Try to imagine a complete reversal. An organism to which oxygen is not a necessity of life, but a destroyer. Unable to survive in our atmosphere for more than a few seconds. Safe only in a shell. A shell of stone. But with power, Fowler. Power to compel.
Leo, quickly.
Yes! Yes, there it is. Bernard! There's no doubt about this. It's giving a clear signal.
The asteroid.
What's the distance?
Something over 500,000 miles. Approaching the Earth.
Before we begin the 4th episode of Quatermass II, we'd like to say that in our opinion it is not suitable for children or for those of you who may have a nervous disposition.
Probing the mystery of the pseudo-meteorites that take a violent effect on human beings with whom they come into contact. Professor Bernard Quatermass is led first to a top-secret synthetic food plant, and later in Whitehall to an inquiry into the running of this establishment, an inquiry that ends abruptly. With the help of a senior civil servant, Fowler, and Ward, a public relations officer, who are disturbed by what they have learnt, Quatermass gains entry to the unfinished plant. He discovers that building work is suspended there, and production has begun of what seems to be synthetic food, pumped to a vast pressure dome, the first to be completed. One of his companions finds a way into the dome. When he emerges, he is covered with black corrosive slime. Quatermass escapes with a sample of the slime. Analysis shows that this synthetic food is a deadly poison to any living thing on the Earth. Meanwhile, by radio telescope, the source of the meteorites has been located.
No doubt about this. It's giving a firm signal.
The asteroid.
What's the distance? Something over 500,000 miles. Approaching the Earth. By my calculations, it'll go on doing so for the next 4 hours. By that time, the asteroid, or whatever it is, will have reached its nearest point.
How near?
About 380,000 miles. Sounds a lot, but astronomically, it's next door.
Then it will move away and come again after 40 hours, and so on. That's the pattern.
If we're right about this, it's able to discharge these, call them meteorites, whenever it reaches the near point. In this shell, something traveled to the Earth alive. Not as we know life. Sustained in this cavity by a mixture of compressed gases, ammonia, methane, and probably hydrogen, the atmosphere to which it belongs.
Then when it emerged into the air we breathe, into oxygen, it couldn't live.
For a few moments, floating. Seconds, really, if it came in contact with an object, a target, and then its energy would be expended.
As when one of them touched Johnny Dillon.
Yes. I thought I saw it for a moment on his face before he collapsed, like a dark bubble. And then it was gone.
What do you think happens to a person affected?
An instantaneous invasion of the whole nervous system from the point of contact, and there's a violent shock to the brain.
A sort of mental sting?
It may extend to a complete comprehension of the victim's faculties, his reasoning powers, his subconscious knowledge. But what is certain is that something is implanted in him. A new instinct.
Submission?
More.
To what? By your theory, the thing that caused it dies a moment later.
That may not matter.
Death, not matter.
Do you know what a colonial organism is? Could be. Imagine a group mind. 1,000 billion individuals, if you like, with a single consciousness.
What one discovered would be transmitted to the rest.
More. The experience itself would be shared.
By all of them?
Simultaneously, wherever they may be.
Dr. Pugh, you're in agreement?
Yes. When they first came, it was probably at random, scattered over the Earth.
You could go into reconnaissance in force. Then a year later, phase 2, the general offensive. How many, or how few there were in the world?
Brazil, Siberia?
We know of one incident.
Winnerden Flats.
An out-of-the-way village, a small government research unit. In a night, the whole area taken over.
The inhabitants?
All of them, the trained personnel. It became a plague spot defended by the victims themselves. And now, the plant's almost complete. Waiting.
Waiting?
To be occupied. The pressure dam's already full of the pooled slime. In readiness.
Small, tiny creature. But the dome is so huge. To accommodate a vast number of them.
More than that, it might, in its own atmosphere, be able to change in size, mass, and shape. Another 3 hours, 20 minutes.
Till it reaches the perigee.
The nearest point. And then they can come. perhaps in force.
This time? The next? How long?
It must be soon. Whatever we do now, there'll be no second chance. We've got to break this conspiracy of silence, secret orders, details. We've got to make it known.
But isn't that straightforward?
No. They're ahead of us by more than a year. Now, Fowler, for a start, will you go back to London?
Of course.
Be careful. Check your position there first. And your safety, and then find out all you can.
In the ministry.
Remember Broadhead. Act quickly, and keep in touch with us here. Hello? Tell Transport to send a car round to Observatory 3.
Only it were more than an electronic trace. If one could see. Father, I believe there's something you've missed. It might mean you're entirely wrong.
What?
You said an atmosphere of ammonia and methane. But an asteroid as small as that couldn't hold an atmosphere.
Obviously, it's not a natural asteroid.
Of course. Sorry, I'm being so stupid. Yes. It would have to be, wouldn't it? A made thing. From where those conditions, that atmosphere, do exist.
In heaven's name, where?
The outer planets.
A frozen world. With poisonous gases for air. Life could exist there and develop until the time came when probably one of the moons of Saturn, 800 million miles away.
Precision workmanship. This would seal it. Almost certainly airtight. Gas-tight. Ward had this in his hand when he came from the pressure dome?
Yes.
About the same capacity. Only this is man-made.
Made in the plant's workshops, probably, and kept in readiness.
Protective containers.
Worse. You see, I stripped down the locking device. It's an acoustic fuse.
Charge this with gases and one of those things. A kind of booby trap.
And now, Leo?
We'd better warn our people here. I suppose it's possible for these things to turn up anywhere.
I've done that. I'm into action. Future developments. I want a general alert sent out to all sections. Basic preparation of the rocket to begin at daybreak.
Check number 7. Check number 8.
Wait a minute. It's totally inoperable.
My decision, Leo.
There'd only be a limited chance of making a direct contact.
I'm aware of that.
Even with a rocket with 100% proved performance. But with this, we both know its potentialities. As soon as it's left the ground, it'll turn into a death trap, an atomic bomb. Is that how you intend to use it? Quatermass!
I have no intention of using it.
Then why...
If it can be avoided, but it's got to be ready. Now, you know what I want from you.
Trajectory calculations.
A fix on the parent body, the asteroid. Exact position of the perigee. All possible interception lines.
But I already told you...
I'm not listening to reason.
Father, there's a call for you.
Who is it?
A journalist. Some pretends that you wanted to speak to him.
Is his name Conrad?
Yes.
Then I do want to speak to him. I've been trying to get him all morning.
I don't know.
Hello, Quatermass here.
In heaven's name, what do you intend to do?
No, Conrad, it is not the rocket project. It's something much more important. Since we last met at that conference, a lot of things have changed. What do you know about the project at Willerton Flats? Nothing? You've never been there?
No, I haven't. I've heard of it, of course. It's something top secret, isn't it? So synthetic food. Well, it hardly seems like my line of country, but still, if I'm the man you want, Which scare? Oh, the flying objects last year? Yes, of course I remember them. Yes, but hold on, one thing at a time, sir. We were talking about... There's some connection. Yes, go on. Uh-huh. Yes, I'm sure we've got a lot on the file. Yes, I'm doing that right now. Hurry with that.
Okay, Mr. Comrade.
Look, in the meantime, can you give me any idea as to what the story is?
No. Better meet as soon as possible, this afternoon. This is much more important. Now, let me see. There's a prefab town a few miles away from the plant.
Yes. Yes, I see. All right, I'll meet you there at that time. Yes. Yes, I'll come alone, I promise. Yes, I'll be there. But look, can't you give me...
Ah, that was quick.
I am quick.
Yes, too quick.
Where's the rest of it?
Hey?
Well, you're not going to tell me this is all there was.
It is. Honest, Mr. Comrade. You can look for yourself.
All right. It's enough cheek. Go on, get along with you. Must have been more than this. Funny.
How are you, sir? Am I late? No. I left my car some distance away. I thought you might be recognized. I've been looking around.
What's the program? A drink to start with?
Mr. Conrad, I've got a lot to tell you. You'll probably have many questions. I think we'd better drive around for a while.
All right.
Then we'll have our drink. I know a pub and some people I think we ought to meet.
Are the whiskers on it?
That's what she said.
Oh, Mac, you're the one. You're the one for them, you foul-minded owl. Hey, did you hear it? Are you too shocked to give us another round? 4X too strong. Not her. She could better herself. Whiskers. There you are, Mac. You know, it's this decent man's silver wedding tomorrow. But the way it's taken him, you'd think he was getting married.
Well, what's it to be?
After that, a double scotch at least.
2 large scotch, please.
Everybody here seems to be normal enough.
You probably are. That's what we're here to find out.
Well, cheers. Wait a minute. This isn't the night for saying cheers and letting her go at that. Now, where's Mrs. Mac?
No, she's far gone in gossip.
Well, has she a drink at her? Hey, Mrs. Mac.
Oh, let her be, Paddy.
That's better. Keep the party together, eh? Now, what was it, Mrs. Mac? That's a sensible drink.
Oh, Paddy, you have me under the table.
Get her a glass of water.
1 glass of water for Mrs. McLeod. Black with a head on it.
Oh, don't press too much on her, Paddy. She's not a drinking woman, and she'd be a weight to carry. Tomorrow's our silver wedding, the wife and me. Hey, have one with us and your friend.
Oh, no, these drinks are on me.
Oh, we can't have that.
No, I insist. Will you take the orders, please?
No.
No, I'm intruding on your party. I'm sorry, but a silver wedding is something I never had the fortune to reach. Mr. and Mrs. McLeod, I'd like to celebrate yours.
Well, that's a decent thing to say.
Oh, your poor wife. I said when you came in you had a sad face.
Come and sit down with us. That's very kind of her.
That's right. Come and make yourself at home. Oh, Paddy, you'll be the death of me. I shouldn't take it, really. It just rises up here. But tonight, something special. The eve of our wedding, 25 years ago.
Well, here's to you both. And the golden wedding. Here, you can't drink to yourself.
Oh, dear. We must have risen already.
I haven't seen you in here before. Been at the plant long? I don't work there. A visitor. We don't get many of them in this town.
That's what I always say.
No, Mother.
We're right away from the world. Just the plant and the marshes and what else?
There's 2 cinemas.
Sometimes I wish you'd never taken this job, Ted.
Here, you've had enough. May I introduce... Oh, you probably know his name. He's a columnist, Mr. Hugh Conrad. Oh, aye.
Right in our paper.
Hey, Ernie, look who's here.
Well, the fact of the matter is that I'm planning a new series of articles on what it's really like to work in a big modern industrial plant.
You want us to tell you about it?
I do.
It's terrific, that's what it is. The best jobs a man could ask for. Do you know what they pay here to unskilled men?
Ernie, haven't you noticed these?
To the devil with them. Listen, mister, we're construction workers. We're helping to build that place, but we've little enough idea how it functions.
That's left to the zombies.
Zombies? Men with special duties.
Why are they called zombies?
It's a nickname.
They get special privileges. Free living quarters inside the plant. Free board, free uniform.
Oh, that's an old labour dispute that was all hammered out months ago. They're maintenance men, permanent.
And we hate their guts.
They act as if they were sending us all to Coventry all the time.
They don't talk to you?
Never.
The security guards, what about them?
They're just the same. Special personnel, they call them. Special. A lot of dirty, disease-looking...
I understand that yesterday and again today this plant's been closed to you all, is that right?
Yes, we've been laid off on full pay.
What, all construction gangs?
Conrad.
Tell me, the first of the pressure domes, it's completed, isn't it?
All of a sudden you know too much.
You put our names in the papers how we gave out secrets for the price of a drink. Come on now. I want to talk to you.
You are trying to pump me.
Might have known. Listen, everybody, please. I've got something vitally important to tell you. I'm not asking for information now. I'm giving it. But I must have your attention. Please, will you listen?
Don't listen to them. Well, Mrs. Max, tomorrow night's the night we'll have you dancing the jig.
Oh, Teddy.
Let's go.
Oh, me Bronny. I left it over there.
I love the dear silver that shines in her hair, and the brow that's all furrowed and wrinkled with care. I kiss the dear fingers so toil-worn for me. Oh, good.
What happened, love? For mercy. Get back there. Get your wife away from here. Conrad!
It came through the roof.
It's one of them. It's under the floorboards. Get back, man.
Who are you giving our orders to? It's an overshot, that's all.
Just what I was saying, an overshot.
Overshot?
Things that fall outside the plant from time to time, something to do with the process, but don't ask me what. They call them overshots.
It's not that at all. When you let me explain.
Listen, it's been explained to us, mister.
Explain?
That these is just overshot stones. They mean nothing at all. Well, this is the first time one of them's done damage. Hey, are you okay, Mrs. Mack? Is she all right?
Oh, just had a bit of a shock. She'll get over it. It's been explained to them. Concocted name and then... You believe me. Don't go near it. Listen, everybody. I'm a scientist. It doesn't matter what you've been told about this thing. It is not harmless. It's hollow. It contains something dangerous.
Who told you?
I've investigated it. And what is more, the production at this plant is not a food, but a poison. A poison deadly to any earthly creature.
What's this you're saying?
I can prove it.
You'd better. He says we're making a poison. Do you hear that? Zombies. Hey, look here. This lady was nearly killed.
She had? No, but she's had a terrible shock. Have you nothing to say?
There will be compensation for the damage. Well, how do you like that?
Conrad, something's going on. We've got to follow them. Come on, man. Look alive, for heaven's sake. Come on, quickly. Listen. Truck. Their truck, I don't mean that. Meteorites. We've got to get to the plant. Where's your car? Careful, man. You'll have us over.
Something's happening out there. One of the Martians.
Watch out.
You've hit him.
He's alive. It's one of them. He was trying to stop us. Listen to them now. They're coming in thousands. See, teams of men out on the mudflats. There and there. Conrad, this is it. This is the night.
Containers with their own gas supply. If they put the meteorites in these things before they open, they must be using them outside now. Keep a lookout. It's worse than I thought.
Get back to London. Write that article as quick as you can. Doesn't matter what you say or how you do it. But get them to listen before it's too late.
What about you?
I'm going to get into the plant. I'll get in touch with you if I can. But I've got to see what's inside those pressure domes.
I'll be all right.
Yeah, up you get. Fatty, you coming our way?
I am, then.
Listen.
What is it?
Overshots make a noise like that.
Well, they have to be in vast numbers.
Oh, it must have been the car. Look, it's that fellow.
Telephone! Give me that telephone!
So, have they had an accident or what?
This is Winnerton 3-1. I want to speak to London. Fleet Street 10,000. Yes, yes, quickly, quickly.
Are you okay? What can't you say?
Hello. Hello. Put me through to the night desk. Hurry! Frank, this is Conrad. Hugh Conrad. Now listen, I've got a story here. Get it, every word. Don't ask questions, just get it. For the past year, this country, and probably others, has been under the influence of... Look, Frank, you'll have to sub this to make it sound right, but... under the influence of something from outside the Earth. Yes. The things come in what appear to be meteorites. Contact with them produces violent infection. 10 minutes ago, I became the victim of one. No, Frank, I can't. Are you getting this? Subjugation to the intention of the thing is widespread. It's given rise to the production of a protected colony at a place called Winnerton Flats. No, it's not synthetic food. It's the recreation of a world 800 million miles away. They're coming at this moment in thousands.
What do you make of it? I know what we're going to do. Well, let's go when you're on and try not to tread. Here, Foster, Annie,
Go round the houses and get out the lads and up to the flank.
Look, Frank, it's true, I tell you, it's true. I've seen the mite. Frank, I got hold of one. I wanted to bring it back, and it went to nothing in my hand after it. Quatermass! Get Professor Quatermass! He's in the plant now, alone! Quatermass! Quatermass!
Quatermass rocket group, the source of the abnormal meteorites has been located. A body orbiting in space, nearing the Earth every 14 hours. As evidence grows that artificial means are being used to spread the living things from the meteorites and their contact infection, Quatermass decides on desperate alternatives. First, he orders the atomic rocket, with all its dangerous potentialities, to be prepared for action, for time is short. At the very moment of finding proof of further plague spots in the world, his ministry contact, Fowler, is overcome. With a prominent journalist, Hugh Conrad, as witness, Quatermass goes to the prefab town near the secret plant of Winnerden Flats. He appeals to construction workers. The proof of his words comes quickly. A fresh fall of meteorites, now being sought and collected by special personnel from the plant. The things are coming down in hundreds. The full invasion is on. Conrad, infected by one of them, struggles to send a report. Meanwhile, in special squad uniform, Quatermass manages to enter the plant where the recovered meteorites are being transferred to the first of the giant steel domes. In the recreated conditions of another world, now expanding, grouping, changing in mass and shape and size, are the Ammonid things.
What is the matter? Why do you use the inspection window? Come here and tell. Come here and tell why you use the inspection window.
Attention all special personnel. Go to gate 4. Quickly to gate 4. Emergency. Special personnel, attention. Emergency at gate 4. All special personnel to gate 4. Quickly.
Gate 4, they are maintenance workers, estimated 30 in number.
Stop estimating and let us in. Yes. We demand to see the management, so we're going to see them now. Yes. Let us inside. Yes.
Silence. This disturbance must end.
It'll end as soon as this gate is open. Is that right, boys? Yes. Tell them they've got to listen to us. That's right, Paddy. Tell them they've got to listen to us. Tell them, Paddy.
They can hear.
No, we want to see. All right, then, Mac, you tell them. We have reason to believe there's something wrong in there. Something wrong with the process. Quiet, everybody. Hear them? Things falling way out there. We want to know what they are. But what are they? That's what we've got to know.
Those are overshots. They are to do with the working of the process.
That's no sort of answer. Where do they come from?
They are harmless. They are being collected by our special squad.
As a union official, I must object to this treatment.
Special personnel, clear the gate for trucks to enter. Clear the gate. Special personnel, clear the gate for trucks to enter. Clear the gate. Clear the gate.
That door closed. Where the hell are the light switches? Find them and get them off. That? No. We got Frank and young Green and a whole bunch of our boys down by the pilot plant.
Filthy slaughtered swine. Well, use it here. First of you all got guns.
Okay.
And magazines, like I told you.
Okay.
All right, pointers, get to that window. And you over there, keep a lookout.
Stop that present that gatehouse.
They were all set for trouble, weren't they? And I got it. Here's something a bit heavier.
What is it?
Bazooka. They were ready for tanks, too.
We nearly dropped it once.
Frank and the other fellas down at the pilot plant. They just...
All right, lad.
Were they killed?
Maybe not.
We ran and ran. But why? Why did you bring us here?
It's the best place.
Pump house?
They think twice before they attack us here for the sake of the apparatus. So they get this beauty ready in case they bring anything heavy against us.
Listen.
Hello there. Don't shoot. I'm coming through.
It's a zombie.
Just a minute. I thought I knew your voices. But I had to be sure.
It's that fellow.
Where'd you get those things you're wearing?
I took them.
To get into this place?
He thought you were a zombie.
And be heaven if you had a been. Tonight they killed decent men.
And being killed.
They started the shooting. They did.
Whatever the cause, I'm glad you're here. Now, look, I want you to show me. There's any way...
Now, wait a minute. Things you've got to tell us first.
Man, there's some time we can start.
You led us into this. You and that reporter fellow that's down there at the club.
Conrad? He's come back to London?
No. He's down there now, making the best of it, or just about.
He said he was infected. That's what he told them on the phone.
Did he get the story through?
We left him trying.
Oh, let's pray if he did.
That was what he said, that what we call overshots are really from outside the earth, that there's something inside them alive. Well?
Look.
Pressure dome?
10 minutes ago, I was in there. Through an armored panel, I saw what came in those shell cases. Tiny things in the hundreds, which while I watched grew into strong, powerful forms.
Alive?
Breathing, if they breathe, gases poisonous to us, absorbing black ammoniac slime, as they did 800 million miles away.
800 million?
Copyright. I won't believe it.
Feeding on slime?
Yes, McLeod, the real food product of this plant. And they've all helped to develop it.
How much of this do we believe?
Look here. Oh, go on, he can't hurt you. Somewhere on his skin you'll find a mark, shaped like a double ring.
In the ear.
I've seen that on people before. On them. That's right, on them. Only on them.
What about us? If what you say is right, why aren't we like that too?
It wasn't necessary.
What?
You were doing what was wanted.
And if we hadn't?
In any case, there'd still be that dome out there and 6 more under construction. And other plants in other countries.
There are none.
They're being made ready now, the means for these creatures to colonize the earth. The human being of the future, ready to die for them.
Mister, we can't afford to disbelieve you. We're committed. The question is, what's the next action to take?
Is it from here the gases are pumped out to the pressure dome?
Cut off the supply, you mean?
Can that be done?
Right here. Well, now.
Who worked this place?
They did. Aye, but we were on the construction of it. So we ought to be able to... Mac, isn't that the line of the junction pipe?
Yes, must be.
Which would lead us to this setup.
Combined pressures, 200 atmospheres, 3 sub-controls, ammonia, methane, hydrogen. Hydrogen, the product of electrolysis of water.
Biggest unit in the country.
And oxygen, what happens to that?
Well, it gets piped through to the power section and burned up.
That's true, yes it will be.
Eh?
Where's the pipe through?
Through here like the other gases.
Then we're in control. McLean, can your men open up that food pipe and pump oxygen into it?
You could try, but surely oxygen.
To those things in their pressure dome, it's a deadly poison.
Paddy, where are you?
We've got to get this whole section out. Swing a length of super hose across from the other system and...
How long will it be?
Give me an hour. Annie, hurry them up, will you? Now, around the tackles first.
Attention. Calling unauthorized personnel now in occupation of the pressure control block. Resistance by you must end. It must end immediately. Lay down your weapons and leave the building in an orderly fashion. You will then be permitted to go to your home pending further action.
That's so.
It is known that the man Quatermass is among you.
How do they know?
Pay no attention to this man. He is a troublemaker.
shot to death, is it? They were trying to move in on us.
Have they gone?
One got clear. You know, an odd thing. They none of them tried for cover.
Their reactions aren't normal, men. I must be kept away. They may be carrying something.
You go round the boys. Tell them what to do. Here, I've got work to do. All right, let's get on with it. Lower away.
No, it's no good. An internal line, I tried it. The old woman's a warrior.
No, I haven't heard from him. Hello? I'm his daughter. I told them that before. I understood he was to meet one of your staff reporters earlier tonight. Yes, Hugh Conway. Did they meet? Did you get a story from them? Why can't you tell me? Do you know where my father is? Where am I? Why do you want to know? Preparations? No, none. I'm working alone. Hello? Hello? Get me the firing base quickly. Hello, Leo. I'm worried. There's something I want to tell you. Look, stay where you are and I'll come down.
No, thanks. That sees everything checked then. Go and get some sleep, in case there's an early alert. I said in case. There's still no decision.
Yes, sir.
Hello there. You!
What is it, sir?
Oh, that's all right. Just want to make sure.
Trust it with me, sir. Who's that? Right you are, miss.
Leo, something's gone wrong.
Oh?
Oh, I know it's a meaningless thing to say now, but they rang up just now from that newspaper, asking about Father as if they hadn't had the story. If they knew what it was.
Who spoke to you?
They refused to say. They kept asking. That was what was so odd. Leo, they only wanted to know about this rocket.
The rocket?
Suddenly afraid.
Did you tell him anything?
No. Oh, it's so cold.
7 hours till dawn. It'll get colder.
They knew where Father was. They denied it, but I could tell.
How?
Those voices, the way things were put. Leo, he's inside the plant, I'm sure of it.
I'll go.
You? Oh, is there some other way? The police or some official way? There must be.
They're a risk now.
But surely...
A risk we dare not take.
May I come with you?
Just one of us.
Oh, Leo.
No.
It's closing in, isn't it? Those woods over there. Color of the moonlight. Air itself. As if it were changing already.
Allegations have been made concerning the nature and operation of the process. These allegations are without foundation in fact. There has been violence, also an interruption of certain gas supply by unauthorized personnel.
How's it up there?
Nearly finished.
Hurry it up, will you? I said no, we'll be well under.
The normal working of the plant must be allowed to proceed. The usual amenities for night shifts are being provided.
Amenities? Music while you work.
Yeah, they have it whenever there's a night shift. Playing it now, are they mad? What do you make?
Persuasion.
Who will they be trying to persuade?
You and the others that this is just a routine night and that you've been led into a wild blunder.
Listen to it. And there's men lying dead.
No. We may need that.
Penny, all clear.
Right. Let them set this to music. Let her go, man. Ernie, don't take your eye off it. Going at full pressure. Go on. Pure oxygen, though. You're sure about that?
Yes, I am. Now, once it begins to work, and how soon that'll be depends on many factors, most of them unknown, but come here. That pipe must be kept clear.
Yeah, it goes pretty well straight up and high. They'd have a job to get at it, but... Hey, did you hear that, mate?
How long before something happens?
I can't tell.
Damn music.
When you mix oxygen and what do you call it, hydrogen, won't that make an explosive mixture?
Eventually, yes, but that's not what we're trying to do. The oxygen should be working on its own by now.
How long is it? Only a few hours since we were down at the pub celebrating.
It's the day now. I'm 25 years married.
Good old Mac.
Should try it sometime, Paddy. The wedded state. I remember once me and an old woman...
Attention. Normal working must be restored. Disruption must cease. The management are anxious to cooperate. Anyone injured in recent violence will be treated immediately. The canteen is also open for normal service. Unauthorized personnel now in the pressure control block report to the canteen. All questions can be settled there. Please go to the canteen. Leave any weapons and go to the canteen. Go now. Go. Hurry, hurry, hurry.
Listen to that! It must be starting to work.
Leave any weapons. You hear them? Everybody, stay right where you are. Zombie, trying to get to the pipe. It's all right.
Expect anything now.
Anything more than Russia's?
Not here.
Not till the last.
Attention, attention. This is a final appeal. You are destroying the process which you have worked to create, you and your comrades. Oxygen gas being cast into the pressure domain will destroy a priceless food product. You have been misled. You are betraying your comrades. They will suffer for your folly. Here is an offer. The entire plant is open to your inspection as from now. Whatever you wish to see, it will be shown to you. This offer is made in good faith.
Good night.
It's just a bluff, isn't it?
That's what we asked for.
They're getting desperate.
Are they?
Why, McCall, you're fooling of it.
What risk are you giving us? Tell me that.
For heaven's sake, man.
Yeah, I've listened to you too long.
McCall.
This is a last appeal to you as reasonable men. Do not betray your work and your comrades. Do not betray your comrades.
Hello.
You are chosen workers in a unique and revolutionary process.
My name's MacLeod. I'm speaking from the pump house. Put me through.
Who is that?
E.J. MacLeod, shop steward. I'm accepting your offer. I want to see inside pressure domain.
Don't do it, McCall. Don't do it. I told you what's in there. At the least, you'll be infected.
Hurry, then. Come alone or bring your companions, but hurry.
Mac, make them go with you.
I want some of your men to come with me.
Agreed.
Don't you understand? They're at their most dangerous. They'll be in mortal agony. A desperate
Meeting will be
frenzy.
in 1 minute from now outside pressure dome A. Confirm this.
I'll be there.
Mad and useless.
They said good faith. If they break like you, stay here and take what action you can.
Mac, I'm going with you.
You're to be in charge here. But the others, Wilson, Foster, anyone? We've been together before. Let's have that door open.
For the last time, won't you believe me?
I'll believe my own eyes.
Keep it covered as far as you can. Did you see the men? No guns in any of them. Maybe they mean it. Well, it won't be long now. One way or the other we'll know when they come out.
Hey, listen. I thought I heard something along the pipe like...
What is it, Ernie?
Men.
Men?
A long way off, sort of yelling.
How long did it go on?
Just a moment. I mean a few seconds.
There's something.
It's different now.
Seems to come from the other end of the pipe. At the dome.
Man, did you see anything? Hello? Hello, is anybody there? What was that? Did you see it?
No reply.
I thought I saw a man
What about
running
ours?
away from the dome.
A zombie.
Look at the pressure! Hey, up there, cut the oxygen pipe! Water! Everything off! It's off!
No harm.
You know what that meant?
The pipe's blocked.
Blocked, how could it be?
I said they were in agony. They had to stop the oxygen flowing.
What with?
I'm going to open it up.
No, don't make a
I'm going to do it, mister. If what you said is true, what's blocking that pipe might even be... Come on, everybody. Hey, never mind that gate. It's coming. When I shout, everybody back. All right. It's coming. Now!
There's something flickering. You hear it? Hear it? Blood.
I tried to stop him. You mean Mac? The others?
They're all men, too. They must have taken them and used them to block the pipe.
They're jammed in the pipe.
A human pulp! Get it!
No.
Hold it, man!
If the gas is burst, stop them immediately.
What are you doing here?
Quatermass. I got here. Explosion.
Oh, thank you, now. Yeah, it was full of them. The eminence. It's clearing now. Lucky you had the window closed. Leo, there are men back there. We've got to get help.
See the pressure tank?
There's nothing. I went to look. There's nothing. They're gone.
That's right.
All of them. The whole
plant's a wreck. They're finished. Sounds like helicopters. Coming this way.
Leave it to them. Wait a minute. Got to get back to the rocket, quickly. You drive. Got to get back to the rocket.
This is what Leo told you about the list. Father, I couldn't believe I'd see you again. Calls every few minutes asking for you and then cutting off. No names, no explanations, and always different voices. As if they knew you were dead.
Have there been planes over here before?
No,
Hello? When did Father send this?
not long after you left. He must have been phoning from the ministry. Just those names of countries over and over. Gradually, he couldn't speak.
Protected information. All these, in all parts of the world. And we've only wiped out a single nest. Hello? For heaven's sake, check the number,
I
man.
wish you'd leave it. Don't try to make that call.
I must make this known. We've at least another 2 plants nearly completed, and we've only got days, hours.
One's
Well, perhaps they've started
destroyed.
already.
The others will be.
Who's to do it? Who knows?
Well, we can't be the only people.
And if we are... Hello. Hello, this is Quatermass. To whom am I speaking? Have you had the report from Hugh Conrad? Your man, Conrad? About the project of Winnerton Flats? Well, have you or have you not? There's a lot more to add. A riot last night, half the plant destroyed. Hello. Hello. Hello, I've been cut off. What, all of them? Well, keep on trying. There's something wrong with the lines.
You mean they've been cut?
Leo, have you got all the trajectories set? All possible points of interception? How are the internal lines? I'm in an hour?
In 1 hour, 23 minutes. Miss that, you wait another 14 hours.
You?
Right. Alert all sections. For rocket takeoff at 08:17 hours. Get me the firing base. Here, you take it. We must be able to hold out this place long enough. Must be somebody there. I thought I saw figures. Figures!
Firing base? Hello, who's that? Who? Your boss. John Dillon. Come back.
Yes, back. The rocket base is under our control.
Discharged from an asteroid near the Earth, ammonid creatures are growing to monstrous size and power at the first of the steel pressure domes at Winnerton Flats. Discovery that the purpose of the vast secret plant, planned by infected human beings, is to harbor the ammonids in the recreated conditions of an outer planet, leads to an armed riot by uninfected construction workers. Storm their way into the control center. Their actions, on the advice of Quatermass, result in an interruption of vital gas supplies. and finally, in the destruction of the creatures in their first colony on Earth. Escaping from the Holocaust, Quatermass finds that his chief assistant, Dr. Leo Pugh, has narrowly escaped death from the exploding gases in coming to find him. For the danger is not past, but growing. There is proof that other colonies exist in the world almost ready for occupation. Convinced that his own freedom is now limited, Quatermass decides on a desperate throw to use the faulty nuclear rocket as an offensive weapon. But already it seems too late.
The rocket base is under our control. Set up holding positions. You two men, with me.
They must have overpowered our security people. Quatermass to all sections. Stay where you are and keep calm. The men on the firing base are British paratroops. We'll get it sorted out. Meanwhile, stand by. I don't want a massacre.
There, coming into the light now.
Dillon,
2 men with him. The rest have stayed behind.
you get out of here. Go to the radiation bunker anywhere away. I don't want you here when they come.
I won't leave. You know that.
They may be carrying more than guns. You've seen those containers.
Yes.
He won't be the same man you knew 4 days ago.
I'm prepared for that. And I won't leave you alone to face the...
It doesn't matter.
This establishment is under military control.
John.
What have you come to do?
Here are written orders.
From the very top. Look at the signature.
Yes. If that's genuine...
I've no doubt. And now, is it our turn?
When was this issued?
3 hours ago.
Before the explosion.
When those things in the dome were destroyed, the influence obviously made no difference.
Captain Dillon, it is necessary to speak with you alone. Tell your men. Tell your men.
Wait outside.
You must understand...
Wait.
Take care.
Dillon. Captain John Dillon. When you came here 4 days ago, you brought something you had found. Remember this? The meteorite. You thought it might mean danger. It did. Terrible danger. It's one of these that has infected you. Are you aware of this? Can you try to resist, even for a short time? There's a possibility, no more than that, of reaching the parent body from which these creatures come. This is evidently known, or at least anticipated. If I'm not able to make this attempt, this is certain. They'll come again in their thousands and their millions to the new colonies being made ready for them elsewhere in the world. There they can develop, expand, breed, protected by their victims. Men like you, Dillon, guarding and feeding them until they spread all over the earth, until your condition becomes a condition of all humanity, a subject race forever, or until such time as we have served our purpose and are brought to an end. Choked to death, perhaps, in a changing atmosphere.
They show no mercy for those they use. They'll kill your kind, as they will the rest of us.
No. No.
I've seen them do it.
Orders. The orders.
Their orders. Break them.
This man may be throwing his life away, but better that than the other. Do you understand?
Keep back! Understand? Understand?
Captain Dillon. The rocket must go.
Just over an hour, that's all we need. Your men, are they like you? Tell them. Give orders. You can speak to them from here. Give me the firing list.
Is Lieutenant Carter there? Carter, a change in plans. Withdraw all troops from area of rocket. Stand them down.
Quatermass to all sections. Stand by to resume preparations for takeoff. I repeat, stand by to resume preparations for takeoff. This will be at 0817 hours.
You turn into the orbit of the objective after 10 hours, 7 minutes. There'll be no margin for error. The last stage depends on the physical nature of the objective. Try to home on to it and fasten to it. Must you do that?
If this plan is to succeed, yes.
Force jettison the remaining fuel in step 2. That should take you about 70 seconds. And set the nuclear motor into its critical phase.
The nuclear motor. A costly and explosive done. Well, maybe you'll be able to give the taxpayer value.
The Australian prototype reached explosion point in 2 minutes 45 seconds. There's time to try and get clear.
Under certain circumstances.
And if those circumstances are wrong, there's still time to get clear.
No.
This is no sort of examination. The very last moment. How long were you exposed to those gases at the plant?
A few minutes.
And you're over permissible age in any case.
There's no one else to do what I have to do.
Must it be him?
There may be changes to be made in our calculations. Lightning changes. He's the only one who can do them.
You understand that under normal experimental conditions, I couldn't pass either of you.
I do.
It's your decision. Now, wearing these the whole flight is going to increase the strain. Is it essential?
Yes, we may be able to dispense our helmets at certain periods, but more than that we daren't risk.
But you aren't going to leave the rocket.
No intention of doing so, unless if we're lucky.
Well, then why these?
The rocket may suffer damage after takeoff.
You mean retaliation?
I don't think we're going to be unexpected. I'll follow. Stay on the control panel.
You know.
As long as possible. Dillon, you better get your men clear. Goodbye, my darling. Damn these things.
This is ground controller speaking. Please clear the firing base.
This is ground controller speaking. Please clear the firing base. Check 2, Talid.
Yes.
All points, please. Observatory B. Thank you. Rolling platform, clear the firing base. Control to Quatermass. 3 minutes to go. Are you set in takeoff positions?
Are you set in takeoff positions? Over.
Quatermass to control. Almost. Thank you. Over. You all right, Leo? What's this? This gun, what did you?
Something you overlooked.
You had no business to do it. Any excess weight, no matter how small.
Excess?
1 minute to go.
Quatermass to control. All set. Standing by. Over.
30 seconds to go. 25 seconds.
20 seconds. 15 seconds. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.